Hi guys, welcome to my channel. On the screen is the materials used for this tutorial. This is what you're going to make like right now. Now, I started by cutting quite lengthy of the fish line. You're supposed to cut the length of the fish line that you can work with. I'll be using 4 strands of fish line. So I'm folding the pair of fish line that I have right now and cut it together to get 4 strands of fish line. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I tie the other end. I tie the other end to secure it. You can choose to add your clasp if you wish before starting. I'm cutting off the excess to make the 4 strands equal. Now we are continuing by picking 7 of the size 3 seed bead. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, now done with this, we will continue with picking 2 of the size 2 beads, each for the 4 strands of fish line that we have. You pick 2 of the size 2 sand beads with each of the 4 strands of fish line that we have. Guys, you need to be careful because with the handling of the fish line, if you don't be careful, you might end up getting confused. Okay, so we have 2 of the size 2 sand beads for each of the 4 strands. So now we are going to work in pairs. So you take 2 sides. We are going to work in pairs or in partners. You take 2 of the 4 strands of fish line and pick the size 3 sand bead or the white bead, then you cross it over. After this, you pick the other 2. You pick the other 2 strands of the fish line and do the same by picking the white sand bead and cross it over. Okay, so you can see that we use the white sand bead or the size 3 sand bead to join them. You continue by picking another two. Another two of the size 2 sand bead with the new 2 pair of first line that you have. Now you do the same for the other sides, then you switch sides. You switch sides. You continue by picking another two of the size 2 sand each for the other pair of first line, then you cross them over. In this design, it's all about working in partners, then switching partners. After finishing with one partner, you exchange or you switch one side, the other side, or you join one side to the opposite side. Okay, so after this being done, you continue by picking another two. Then you cross them with a white or size 3 seed bead. You do the same to the opposite pair of the fish lines. Pick another two of the size 2 seed beads. And cross them with one white or size 3 seed bead and pull it down. So if you were watching, you could see that I've switched sizes again. It's a repetition thing. Okay, so we need to have 2 joints or 2 of the white joints at all the 4 sides. After picking my size 2 seed beads for both of my fish lines, I cross them over with a white sand bead and pull it down. So one side is done. I move to the opposite pair of fish lines that I have Then use one side to pick 2 of the green seed beads or size 2 seed beads, and use the other to also pick 2 of the size 2 seed beads. Then I cross them over with a white size 3 seed bead. Okay, now like I said, you should be having 2 of the white or 2 of the size 3 seed beads, which is the joint. You should having 2 of them at all the 4 sizes. This being done, we move to 3 sets. Let me put it that way. So we are picking 3 sets. We are picking 3 of the size 2 seed beads. Okay, you pick 3 for each of the pair of fish line that you have. Then you cross them with 1 size 3 or 1 of the white seed beads. Then you pull it down. Finishing with 1 pair, you move to the opposite pair. Then you use 1 side of the opposite pair of fish lines to pick 3 of the size 2 seed beads and do same for the other side of the fish line. Okay, after picking 3 for each of the fish line, you cross them with 1 white size 3 seed bead, then pull it down. Okay, finishing up, we are switching. You join one side to the opposite side and join the other side to the opposite side. So you switch them. Okay. We are going to repeat this. You pick the wing and pick the wing for the other side as well. Then cross them with 1 size 3 seed bead, then pull it down. Then you pick the opposite pair of fish line and do the same thing for it. Pick the way with one side of the fish line and pick the way with the other side of the fish line. Then pick 1 size 3 seed bead and cross it over. And pull it down. Okay. Okay, so we are continuing with where we stopped. So you pick another 3 size 2 seed beads. You pick 3 size 2 seed bead for each of the pair of fish lines that you have, and pick a size 3 seed bead and cross it over as usual. Finishing with one pair, you do the same for the opposite pair of fish lines that you have. So as you can see, I'm picking another 3 size 2 seed beads with one side of the fish line, and I'm doing the same for the other side of the fish line. Then I join it by crossing it over and pulling it down. Okay, so for the 3 sets of seed beads that you join, counting from the beginning where you started joining the set of 2, you should be having 6 joints at each of the 4 sides of the design that you have. Okay, so we are moving on to set 4. We are moving on to set 4. We are picking 4 seed beads, 4 size 2 seed beads. It's the same process, just that we are moving in ascending order, or we are climbing up. After picking 4 for each of the pair of fish line that you have, you cross them over by joining with a size 3 seed bead. Then you do the same for the other opposite pair of fish line that you have. Like I said, it's the same process, just that we increase this number of size 2 seed bead that we pick at each stage, or at a certain point we increase the number of size 2 seed beads. Okay, so for set of 4, or the set of 4 sides that we have, or the joining of the set of 4, we also need 2 joints for each of the 4 sides. Therefore, calculating from the beginning joint, that is set of 2, the joint of set of 2, you should be having 8 joints. You should be having 8 joints. As at the set of 4, you need to have 8 of the joints, counting from the beginning of set 2. You should be having 8 joints at each of the 4 sides of joints that we have. So obviously this is going to be the last joint that we should be having. Okay. Okay, so you're moving on to set of 5 of the size 2 seed beads after getting 8 joints at each of the 4 sides of joints that we have. So moving on, we are picking 5 of the size 2 seed beads with 1 pair of fish line and cross it over with size 3 or the white seed bead and cross them over or pull them down or pull it down, sorry. We do the same for the opposite pair of fish lines. If you understand from the beginning, increasing the number of seed beads won't be a problem. It's all about joining, switching sides, increasing the number of seed beads, the size 2 seed beads that we have. That's all. Okay, now for the sets that we have, the sets 5 of the size 2 seed beads will have the highest joint in this design. The set of 5 size 2 seed beads, we have the highest joint in this design. So as we started, we'll be joining them, or we'll be joining set 5 of the size 2 seed beads until we get additional 6 joints, at each of the joints of the sides. Let me put it well. We will be getting additional 6 joints at each of the joint sides that we have. To explain it further, you should be having 14, or counting from the beginning or the initial joint, you should be having 14 joints. 14 joints. So here we are having our 14 joints, counting from the beginning joint. So we are moving on to set of 6. By picking 6 size 2 seed beads. Set 6. So we are picking 6 of the size 2 seed beads. Guys, this is simple. If you pay attention, it will be very simple for you to do. It will be very easy for you to do. It's the same steps. Despite that, you have to be increasing the number of size 2 seed beads that you'll be picking along the line. If you happen to be a business student or an economics student, you understand the law of diminishing marginal utility. That's what you're applying here. If you're a business student, I want to see you comment down below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and share as well. If you're a business student or an economics student, or you have idea about what I'm trying to say about marginal utility or the law of diminishing marginal utility, comment down below for me to say. So moving on, we are still on the set of 6 of the size 2 seed beads. You pick 6 for each of the pair of fish lines that you have, then you cross it with 1 size 3 or 1 white seed bead. Simple as that. Okay. We are repeating the step by picking 6 seed beads. Guys, it's easy. It's easy, but if you don't pay attention, you get confused. It's very easy. But once you are able to capture it, it'll be very, 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 very easy for you to do without even counting. Okay. So done with 1 pair of fish line. I've moved on to do the same for the opposite pair of fish line. Okay, now guys, for the set of 6 seed beads that you'll be doing, we'll be needing only additional 2 joints. So in total, adding it to the initial or the beginning joint, you should be having 16 joints at each of the sides. So we have 16 joints at each of the joint size of the design. You should be having 16 joints at each of the 4 sides, or each of the 4 joints of size that you have in the design. So done with 6, we are moving to set 7. Set 7. As we have a winner in the class, should I say the loser? Yeah. You definitely have the last person as well in the class. So I would say 5 had the highest joint. Here 7 is going to have the lowest or the least joint. We'll be having only 1 joint or 1 joint for each of the 4 joints of size that we have in the design. So this is the least joint of the size that we have. So we'll be adding only 1 joint for each of the 4 joint size that we have in the design. As simple as that. So that joint will be adding to the initial 16 joints that we have so far to make it 17. Okay, so you repeat this until you have 17 joints. So we are moving on to set 8. So as usual, you pick 8 for each of the pair of fish lines that you have. can join them by crossing the side 3 seed bead that you pick. You do same for the opposite pair of fish lines that you have. Alright, now for set of 8, we'll be needing additional 2 joints for each of the 4 sides, or each of the 4 joints of size that we have in the design. We'll be needing additional 2. Sorry guys for that flashlight that has been passing through. Okay, so let's move on. Like I said, we'll be needing additional 2 joints for each of the 4 joint sides of the design that we have. Okay, so additional 2 joints to the already 17 joints that we have. We should be having 19 joints now. So like I said, diminishing marginal utility, it has attained its maximum, so it is going to fall. So from 8 sets, or from set 8 of the size 2 seed beads, we are moving down to 7 sets again. We are moving down to 7 sets again by picking set 7 for both sides of the fish line and join them with a size 3 seed bead. From 8 we are not going to 9. From 8 we are descending. Okay, so done with one pair of fish line, I moved on to the opposite pair of the fish line. So instead of 9 we are descending, so we are picking 7 of the size 2 seed bead. We are picking 7 of the size 2 seed beads. If you are a business student, thumbs up, because I'm sure you probably understand what I'm trying to say. Or if you're an economics student, you probably understand what I'm trying to put across. We have attained our maximum, so it's going to diminish. So from 8 you are moving to 7, as we've already moved to 7. So just as how we started and have reached set 8 and decided to descend, we are going to descend with the number of joints that we made on our way coming up. So for the size, or for the set 7 of the size 2 seed beads, we'll be needing only 1 joint for all the 4 joints of sides in the design that we have. We'll be needing only 1 joint. be needing only one joint. For all the 4 joint sides that we have in the design. Okay, we are doing the same for the opposite pair of fish line. So if you know, we started with the 7, or sorry, moved on to the set of 7. Then definitely after the set of 7, we'll be moving on to set 6 and to set 5, then set 4, set 3, and finally set 2. So we are descending. The number of joints that we made for each of the sets, the same number of joints that we are going to make as we are descending or as we are climbing down. Guys, this is simple, and I'm hoping you will get what I'm trying to put across and make this design happen. Okay, I say well done if you've been able to make all the 36 joints for each of the joint sides of this design. I say well done once again. Okay, so this being done, we are picking 2 of the size 2 seed beads, each for the 4 sides of the fish line. We are about to finish. Okay, so after picking 2 of the size 2 seed beads for each of the 4 strands, or each of the sides of the fish, each of the 4 sides of fish line that we have, you put them together, and all of the 4 together, you pass them through 7 of the size 3 seed beads that we have, just as how we started. You pass all the 4 through 7, and they throw a card 6 set 7 of the size 3 of the white seed beads that we have. Guys, you've been with me up to now. Say thank you. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you like the video. Don't forget to subscribe, comment down below if you had any challenge, and share to your friends. Okay, so almost done. So we are going to close the other side by using a stopper. So first of all, you pick a stopper by passing all the 4 strands of the fish line through the stopper. You shape it, or you make sure they are all equal. Then with the other hole in the clasp that you used, you pass all the 4 through that hole, then backwards through the stopper that you picked, and pull it firmly. Then you press it down with your plier. Guys, we are almost done. Thank you for watching. I love you guys so much. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, share to your friends and family, subscribe so that anytime I upload a new video, click on the notification bell so that you get notified anytime I upload a new video.